Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's UpSlide webinar, where we will be focusing on a number of exciting updates, which will help you further leverage our functionalities in your workflows. My name is Liz. I'm a Senior Customer Success Manager based off in UpSlide's London office. Today, I'm joined by my lovely colleagues who will be taking you through exciting functionalities. So we have James and Tash, who both are consultants in our London office. We also have a really exciting agenda lined up for you today. We will be diving into new and enhanced ways of managing your linked data from Excel, automated footnotes, logo finder, and finally, what is coming next in your UpSlide ribbon. Before I hand over to the team, a couple of housekeeping points. First of all, please do ask questions throughout the webinar using the Q&A tab. I will do my best to get back to you throughout the webinar. If I don't have time to answer every question, rest assured that I will answer them after the webinar has finished. Please do also use reactions, so those work just like with a normal Teams call. Whether you like something or you hear an exciting update, please use the reactions. And finally, there will be a couple of polls popping up here and there. Please do engage with them. So without further ado, I will hand over to Tash, who will take you through her topic.
Thank you, Liz. So we're really excited to tell you about some of our brand new features. As you may already know, our product team constantly takes on client feedback provided by users like yourselves, and they push out updates on a fortnightly basis. So we really do value your feedback, and we do build this into our product roadmap. So with that in mind, let's take a look at some of our newest features. First up, we've made some changes to our stacked waterfall charts. So you now have the ability to stack or unstack pillars and variations. So if we go to my Excel spreadsheet just here, and here we have a stacked waterfall chart that I've built in exactly the same way as before. However, when you click on this, you'll notice I now have this options button appearing in the top right. And here I can choose to stack or unstack my pillars and variation. So this really gives you just that extra bit of flexibility on how you want your waterfall charts to appear. So we've also got a feature coming soon, which will enable you to export editable tables to PowerPoint. So you know this previously was not possible and all changes had to be made in Excel. However, soon this will be available to you as well. So if I just give you a quick demonstration of how this one works. Going back to my Excel sheet, here we have a table that I want to export to PowerPoint. So in the same way, I will highlight my data range. But then when I go to the PowerPoint dropdown, you'll notice I have an additional feature at the bottom, export selection as a PowerPoint table. If I click on that, you'll see this has now exported it into my PowerPoint document. And I can now use the table dropdown within my UpSlide ribbon to very quickly and easily apply my brand compliant formatting to that table like so. So again, it's just giving you a little bit more control over how you want those tables to appear within PowerPoint. So the next features that we wanted to talk about today are the finalize and send buttons. So we've made some changes within these as well. I'll just open up my send button because the changes are reflected in both of these panes. But you'll see I now have the option to choose to attach both a PowerPoint and a PDF to this document. So before you only had the option of choosing one or the other. Additionally, if I open up the options down below, at the very bottom, you'll see the option to remove notes and comments. So I personally think this is a really great new feature as it will automatically remove any notes or comments that you've made while working on the document, removing the need for you to do those manual checks at the end. So you know using this that your document is client ready. We also have a very exciting development in terms of the library. So previously, you'll know that library items had to be stored as either an individual slide or as a full deck. And as a user, you could only ever insert them in that exact same format. However, now you'll have the option to select a slide from a deck in the library and insert this individual slide into your presentation. So just to show you what I mean by this, here within my library, I have the full webinar deck. And when I click on the ellipsis in the preview, you'll see I now have the option to choose slides to insert. I can now toggle through my entire presentation, select the slide that I want to insert, and choose Insert Slide. And now you can see it's just inserted that one slide into my deck, and I don't need to insert the full deck. So it really is giving you a lot more control over that library content and the slides that you want to insert. The last feature that I'll show you in this section is to swap text in shapes. So we have the ability to swap text within shapes while maintaining the formatting of that shape. So to give you a quick demonstration of this as well, if I select my two shapes, go to my Arrange button in the Precision Tools section of my ribbon, and at the bottom of the list, you'll see Swap Text. If I click on that, you can see that the text has been swapped in both of my shapes while maintaining the formatting of that shape. So this is really useful if you want to move some text around on your slide, but you don't want to change the overall formatting. So this gives you a top level overview of some of our newest features, and I'll now pass over to James for a deep dive into one of our most exciting feature updates, the Excel Link Manager.
Thank you, Tasha. And yes, we have some exciting new functionality to show you with our Excel Link Manager. I will start sharing my screen. And as you are all well aware, and I'm sure you are all familiar with our previous Update All functionality, but if I turn on the Excel Link Manager at the bottom of the Update All pane, you'll see I am presented with this new pane, which contains all our new functionality on the right-hand side. The four main benefits with this Excel Link Manager are one, we now have this pane on the right-hand side, meaning we can go about our work uninterrupted without the previous pane that appeared in the middle of our screen. We can now view our linked items by slide location and by source document. And we can also filter our links by last updater, sections within our presentation, and link type. We can also be taken directly to our linked items in PowerPoint when we click on them in the Excel Link Manager, meaning no more scrolling through and extra efficiency. And also we can fix issues in our Excel Link Manager without contacting support or leaving PowerPoint. To show you what these benefits look like, as you can see, when I open up the Excel Link Manager, I'm presented with first my slide view. I'm presented with a chronological order of my presentation with all the slides that contain linked items within my presentation. When I open up slide 11, for example, you can see that I have two table links and one chart link. And when I click on that linked item, I'm taken directly to it in PowerPoint. This is the same for all my slides. So again, if I click on my slide 12, I'm taken directly to it. If I want to update all the linked items within that slide, all I have to do is click the slide that I want to update and then click Update, and Excel Link Manager will do all the hard work for me. I can also view my links by source document, so I can see all the source documents that are pulling through into PowerPoint. I've got my Excel Link Manager version 1 and 2 open here, pulling through into my PowerPoint here. And if I go into my workbook, you'll see that I can not only see my workbook, but also the individual worksheets which contain my linked items. Okay. I can also filter my links, giving me extra efficiency. So, for example, if I know the title of my linked items, I can search for my linked item. So whether that's net sales 2018 to 2020, whatever it may be, I can search for my linked items. I can also filter my linked items by sections in my presentation. So if I know that there's only been an update to the data in my 2023 results section of my presentation, I can just filter my links accordingly and click Update. I can also filter my links by slide location, effectively the same as the slide view that we just alluded to. And we also can filter our links by link type. So our chart, our PowerPoint table that Tash just demonstrated, our table, and our text links. Finally, and something that I think is going to be really beneficial for everyone, is our last update by. So if I know a colleague has pulled in the last update from Excel, I can filter by that colleague and just update those links accordingly. I can also finally, filter my links by last update date. So if I know that I've made changes in the past hour, I can filter less than an hour ago and update those links again accordingly. Finally, as mentioned earlier, we do also have the functionality to fix issues both in bulk and individually in our Excel link manager. So if we have multiple source documents open, for example, we can fix that issue without leaving the Excel link manager and without leaving PowerPoint or contacting our support team. Okay, that's all that I wanted to talk to you about today in terms of our Excel link manager. So I will pass it back to you, Tash.
Thank you, James. So another brand new feature that we wanted to show you today is our automated footnotes. So UpSlide now allows you to seamlessly add and manage footnotes in your PowerPoint slides, and you can customize these to your desired font, color, size, and positioning. For some of you, your admin users will have already linked the footnotes within your templates. And in this instance, all you need to do, as I will demonstrate now, is select where you want your footnote to go to the Insert button in the gold section of your ribbon, and select Footnote. As you can see, this has automatically pulled through a footnote box down at the bottom of my slide in my brand compliant formatting. So really, really useful, and it will save you manually adding these in yourself. Alternatively, let's say this has not been set up on your side, you can actually select a shape on your slide where you want your footnotes to appear. So here I have this blue box and I'd like my footnotes to appear within it. In order to set this up, all I need to do is go to my options pane and then select the footnotes area just here. And now you'll see I have the option to select a new shape, and then I can go ahead and select that blue box. And then within the preview as well, you can see that this has worked and it's selected that blue shape for me. So now, just to demonstrate how this will work, if I insert my footnote again, in fact, first of all, I can delete out that shape. And now if I go again and insert my footnote, you will see this has now pulled in that blue box and my footnote is now appearing in there. So if your template has a designated field for footnotes, you can use this. And you can also reach out to your UpSlide admin user, and they'll be able to set this up for you at an account level as well. So I will now hand back to James to talk us through the logo finder.
Thanks, Tasha. And yes, I will start sharing my screen again. So yes, we have an exciting additional module in the logo finder, which allows you to seamlessly and efficiently insert high quality on-brand logos into your presentations. Our integrated solution allows you to save valuable time when building presentations, knowing that any logos that you do insert will be up to date and on brand. To show you what this looks like, if I go into this slide here and let's search for a company, let's search for UpSlide, you'll see I can click my result and I'm presented with 6 logos that I can insert into my presentation. If I click this logo, I know that this has been kept up to date, on brand, and is also high quality resolution. This works for thousands of companies that are kept up to date constantly. So if I search for Microsoft as well, you'll see that I can equally insert any of these logos. On the rare occasion that you might not be able to find the logo you're looking for, you can request logos. So if I click on the logo not found item here, I can copy and paste the URL of the website of the company that I want to pull a logo from, and UpSlide will do all the hard work for me and pull through the required logos. Okay, and that's all to talk about in terms of our logo finder. Tasha, I will hand it back to you.
Thank you, James. Okay, so we've shown you lots of our great new features today, but you'll be happy to know that there are even more to come. So firstly, we have a brand new formatting ribbon coming soon to PowerPoint. We'll be introducing a new look and feel of our existing ribbon, and this will mean much easier access to all of your favorite UpSlide features. Secondly, in terms of our stacked waterfall chart, we're also introducing an axis break. So with this, you'll be able to use a value axis break to shrink a particularly large segment and enhance the readability for those smaller segments. Also, we will be introducing the multi-arrow tagger for our charts for our graphs, in Excel. So from speaking to some of my clients, I know that people are particularly excited about this development. And this means that you'll soon be able to insert multiple Kaggle arrows on any one chart. So let's say, for example, you want to show the growth rate between two separate year ranges. You'll soon be able to present this with multiple Kaggle arrows on just one chart. So again, a lot more flexibility with the way that you present your data coming soon. Next up, as you can see on my slide, we have custom shapes coming into PowerPoint. So we are developing this new functionality, and you'll soon be able to save and insert custom shapes with a predefined size, formatting, and text from a drop-down in the UpSlide ribbon. So if there's a particular shape that you use frequently, you'll be able to store this in the custom shapes area, and you can insert this quickly and easily into all of your presentations. The final upcoming feature that I wanted to tell you about today is some very exciting changes that we're making to our library. So you will soon have the option to favorite content within your library. Let's say there's a particular logo or maybe a full slide that you find yourself constantly searching for and inserting. You'll soon be able to instead favorite this content, making it even more time efficient to access. So these are just a few of the features that we wanted to highlight today, but of course we have lots more coming. So please do keep providing us with your feedback, and we will keep bringing these feature developments to you as well. So this wraps up all of the new and upcoming features that we wanted to show you, and I will pass over to Liz for a quick Q&A.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Tash. Thanks so much, James, for taking us through these updates. I hope everyone here is also very excited about them. So we had a couple of questions, and since we have a bit of time, I thought I'd answer them live. So the first question we had was, can you pre-populate text for footnotes with, say, standard disclaimers? So for if you are looking to add disclaimers to your slides that you want to appear on every single slide in every single template, or you want disclaimers to differ from one template to another, this is something that we can set up for you automatically, where you won't have to add disclaimers or through footnotes. So footnotes are really there to just add an additional information, but we can set up by default the standard disclaimers for you. If you want this added to your templates, get in touch with your UpSlide contact, and they will be able to help you out. Now, we had also another question about, let me just find it here, on the logo finder and whether there is a similar functionality, but for icons. So at the moment, the logo finder only looks through all of the logos that are available within the database. If you are looking to look for icons, so this is something that can be added to your content library, I would highly recommend speaking to your UpSlide admin, somebody who looks after the library population in your company, and they will be able to add all the different icons to the library that you'll be able to search through, and those icons will already be in the right brand for you. Now, we also had a very exciting question about AI. I'm sure you have spotted in Tash's ribbon that there were a couple of AI buttons that you might not see in your ribbon. So, as with any other company, UpSlide is really looking into AI topics, and we have a lot of exciting updates. We did do a more in detail presentation for your admins on the AI side. Now, the AI glossary is really a great functionality to help you speed up time when you're creating like a glossary at the end of all the abbreviations that you have used within your presentation. So this is like a little teaser. I can't show you anything today, but if you are interested in that, if you think that this will be relevant for your team, get in touch with your UpSlide contact. They will be able to show you how it works and help you set it up. Now, I've said a few times, get in touch with your UpSlide contact. If you don't know who your UpSlide contact is, feel free to drop me an email. So Tash, if you jump through the next slide. So on the slide here, you have my email. So if you have a question about anything that we discussed today, anything that we showed you, or maybe something that you saw in our ribbons that you don't have on your side, please feel free to drop me an email, and I'll be able to direct you to the right person who will be able to help you. So we had also a question about, is it possible to share your library with a colleague? So this is an interesting question. In theory, if you are in the same company, you should have the same sort of library set up. So you should have all the same type of content. Now, if your content differs from your colleague's content, it might be that you are in different user groups and you have different permissions set up. So your colleague has access to one sort of content and you have access to a different type of content. If this is a problem, if you notice that this shouldn't be the case, get in touch with your UpSlide admin, the one who is responsible for library population, and they will be able to look into it for you. So we had a lot of questions. I'm just looking through some of those. So we also had a couple of questions around the Excel link manager, but if something similar will be ever available in Word. I can't guarantee now or like commit to a timeline, but this is something that, it's a big functionality for us, Excel link, and we know that many of you love it and use it in your day-to-day workflows. We will ensure that we keep you updated on any updates specifically for Word when they come. And I'll make sure to ping our product team as well on that, that there are requests about the Excel link manager equivalent in Word. So I think I've answered pretty much all of the questions today. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you found this webinar really helpful for you. Just a quick reminder, you will receive the recording of this session afterwards. So either today or tomorrow, you'll get the recording so you can always refer back to it if you need a clarification on, say, how to use the Excel link manager or how to use the footnotes. But for now, I'd like to thank everyone who has joined us today. Thank you for your time. Hopefully you found it useful, and we'll see you next time.